Alright, we're coming off to a good start, I think. I don't know, maybe not. I don't know, just kind of here. I mean, just take a seat right there. And, not we're gonna wait a little bit. Usually it takes like a couple seconds before the stream is up, and then I can send the link to Discord. So if you ever wonder why sometimes, aside from waiting for our second screen to be on, but today it's actually working, I've been trying our best. I forget that happens. So I'm just play. And we only have 2 save files, so of course we're going to go with the lower one, the level 40, which has only been 4 hours, which is fine. But we need to share this. Oh, I didn't even mention this. So how's it going, everybody? I'm the Zabin, Neo Zabin, here on Broadcast Zabin, and today, since I'm doing way better, if my voice sounds horrible, if you hear me coughing, anything of that sort, I'm getting over cold or flu. I still to this day don't know which is which, because they're pretty similar. It's like you feel bad, feel like you start coughing. I was feeling hot and getting headaches, and I don't know. So whichever one it is, if you hear like my voice is a little off than usual, it's cause of that. It's cause we gotta set this. So I'm just very quickly right now just gonna put in the Discord, which if you're not a part of our Discord, you should please go ahead and join. That way you guys can be up to date on when we are uploading some videos, whether it be a broadcast here, which mostly it is, or if we're uploading another video to the other channel, the Zabin Project, just to keep you guys up to date on those. I'm gonna say we're streaming. I was gonna make something clever like I did with my Mega Man one, which I did I think yesterday. I was gonna be like, hey, you know, with that one it made sense because Blue Bomber is Mega Man. So I was like, hey, if you want to see some Blue Bomber, we are playing Mega Man. So I just want to see that the audio is working, because I swear I was changing the audio. So basically, when I stream, you should hear me on my streams. And since we're doing Bloodborne, I figured we would do like what we did with our Dark Souls series. I don't know if you guys seen our Dark Souls series, which it didn't come out great. I made the mistake of adding in stability, like motion stability or something like that, which I should have never done, because it moves the screen so much and it just looks bad overall. This guy just got out. Alright, I already, first of all, already made a mistake. This one. And as you can tell, we're actually pretty far into the game. We've almost beaten all of the bosses. We're like halfway, or almost halfway. Oh no, I think once we beat the one coming up ahead, then it's like officially halfway. Oh, I didn't expect them to say. Oh, there's 3 of them? I thought it was only 2. I think you go this way. I want to know if the optional boss is still here, because we might be able to beat it on our own. And if we can, then we'll save that little clip. But I'm having a pretty difficult time figuring this out. No, that's a whole circle. Oh my gosh. I don't want to fight anybody. But that's the thing. We came here pretty late, I would say. I feel like that door that I could not open right there was the one that we needed to... Oh, there's a hole here. No. I was wrong. This is it. It looks empty. Just so we all know, there's supposed to be a boss here. Oh, there he is. Right? That's him? No. There's no binoculars in this one. So. It's been a long time since we played this game. But yeah, that's so him right there. You can see it all moving around. And then, like, when you get swiped, you can't... And save. So, actually, I was writing... Here it is. I found the pen, also. I had wrote down exactly what bosses in this game, just to be specific, in terms of... because if I do decide, hey, let's go into the dungeons and record those boss fights and stuff, then we'll record those as the option of the dungeon bosses. Even if, I guess, they are optional in terms of, like, for example, for those who have not played Bloodborne, ooh, excuse me. Actually, to be honest, I didn't even check if the audio on... I didn't even check the audio on the game. Alright, sounds good. That's all I needed to hear. It was just me saying audio on the game. Yeah, so what I have here on this paper is a list of, and you're going to be surprised with the number. I feel like you might be surprised with the number of bosses that are on here, because this is actually a relatively short game. In fact, it probably, for anybody who's speed running or anything, won't need to deal with most of these. But I'm going to go over the names of just the mandatory bosses, right? So you have Father Gascoigne, Shadow of Yharnam, Vicar Amelia, Rom, well, I'm not going to do the whole thing. Well, yeah, screw it. Rom the... Vacus, I don't know. Spider. It should have been vicious, unless that is vicious. Hey Siri, spell vicious. No. Then what the heck is this? Because it's spelled with an A, Vacuous. Unless I made a mistake there, and it's not supposed to be another U. Anyway, Rom the Spider. The One Reborn, Mikolash, the host of the Nightmares, and finally Murgo's Wet Nurse, which is, I believe, a total of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. And in terms of the ones that we've already beaten, oh yeah, we're way past half. We beat 4 of the 7. And we're already at the point of the One Reborn, which, if you guys don't know, the One Reborn is kind of like a mutant in a sense. I mean, the whole point's that they're all nightmares. The way that people see this is this game, which I see it differently. I mean, I don't know if even like the creator confirmed that you need to beat the Moon Presence, but if you ask me, I feel like the ending where you wake up and you're reborn would be the true ending. But a lot of people say that the true ending is in fact the one where you go ahead and you defeat the old host, which I guess is Mikolash, but then you also beat the first hunter, and then you have to beat the Moon Presence, which is apparently I guess the sole being of this whole game. In doing so, spoilers, I mean, the game is years old now, so spoilers, if anybody really cares about it. You defeat the Moon Presence, and because you kill the Moon Presence... Oh, and it's also a choice, too. There's 2 different versions of it, where I think even if you try to beat the Moon Presence, it's still, like... It's either... How does it work? I swear the 2 endings where it's like, you beat the Moon Presence, and... Oh yeah, you beat the Moon Presence, and then you become the next hunter on the chair, right? You sit there waiting for somebody else to come and, I guess, try to defeat the Moon Presence themselves. And then the other one is you have to consume, which is really weird, you have to consume at least 3 of the 4 umbilical cords. I don't know why they chose to have everything baby themed. I mean, I wouldn't. But they chose that. And the idea of you have to do 3 umbilical cords, because apparently there was like a bunch of divine beasts. I don't know what to call these things. So what came to my mind was the one from we only could do 2. Endurance and put it in skill. I would do arcane, but for this character, I'm not gonna do any of my magic that I typically use. On the other one, I did very good with strength, skill, endurance, like all this. And then afterwards, I went in for arcane, and I started being able to use certain abilities that you normally wouldn't if you didn't focus on arcane. Basically, arcane is like magic. So when you use things, like there's a certain bell in the game that you can find, and by using that specific bell, you can actually heal yourself and people around you, but it does come at a price of using any bullets that you have. So if you're somebody who likes, like me, who tends to enjoy parrying the enemies with the bullets and stuff, it sucks that you have to, you can't really do both, unless you know very well how to time it, and then you don't take too much damage and such. So it's not too bad, but I feel like since I've not played this game in a pretty long time, I mean, what else can I do, right? What is the repeating pistol? Okay, so basically the repeating pistol is just like a burst. It shoots 2. Nah, I'd rather use 1. See, because this is where I get confused. Not confused, but sometimes, like, I use the hunt, and the other one, I swear, I use basically, like, these. Or at least another version of the pistol and the blunderbuss. But I use them. So, we do already have, I see we have bolt paper in there. I want to know if that's something that's up here. sure is. It's weird that we have bolt paper, but we don't have the one. We never beat the one for the other, what is it called? I forgot what the other one's called. Now, I think what we're also going to do, right, is, and I say we because I'm really hoping, even if it's later today, PB Joey, he's another character, I literally was mixing character and person together. He's another person who likes playing Bloodborne. I mean, I don't know when he even played Dark Souls. And then he played Bloodborne, and then, you know, that was more his thing. I was more, in terms of the games, I was more of a Dark Souls 3 guy. I mean, we have Dark Souls 2, but I still kind of struggle with that and such. And then there's Dark Souls 1, which I'm still surprised a lot of people enjoy it, because I thought they would, with the new remake, update, whatever, they would have changed it where the, what's it called? The way that the players work would be more like Dark Souls 3, and it would be a bit more of that Dark Souls 3 feel to Dark Souls 1, making it a lot smoother and a bit easier in terms of you know, equipment needing to be at least a certain weight before you fat roll. Because in Dark Souls 1, and heck, for most of Dark Souls 2, no matter what you wear, you're going to end up doing a fat roll in a sense. So I hate it. But in here, I mean, you really don't have to worry about it, because, I mean, there's no such thing as a weight limit. And there's a lot, I don't know, some disappointments in this game. And I only say some, because overall the game isn't so bad. Like, for example, I really wish that there was at least still shields. They only give you one shield, at least from what I can tell. I don't know if the DLC adds another shield. But another thing that steals the show is, oh no, you know what? We never went to the first floor. I want to know if that lady is there. If she's not, it's fine. I think we can still go around it. But what steals the show in terms of, like, at least for me, in this game, is always, or has mostly been, just the weapons. The weapons alone, I say, are what does the job. So I want to say, I've yet to talk to this lady, and she's not behind the door. Let me see if I hit it. Okay. Because if you guys didn't know, this is where you start the game. You start off in this room. This old man, like, revives you in a sense or something, and then he goes, "Hey dude, go on your adventure." And then I made my character, I tried to make my character look dumb, then I remembered that, like, your face gets covered up, so I was like, oh. But, like, you start in this room, you go out, you adventure, and then I guess if you were, like, curious or something, you'd come back this way, and then you would see that the door was closed, and there would be a lady there, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm the one who owns this place," or whatever, blah blah blah. You know, if you see anybody who needs help, send them to me. Alright, so that's the real one. And then the second one is, I don't know if it's after time or if you send someone there, but eventually you could say she either gets, I think she gets replaced with a copy or something like that, but but everybody keeps saying that there's aliens in this game. And I mean, again, I don't know who's confirming that that these are aliens, because I was saying, in terms of, like, how I was thinking of it is, actually, we're gonna go to the Forbidden Woods, but like, these characters, right, the ones that they call aliens in this game, to me, seem like they're just, like, you could say man-made monsters or something. Or, you know, there could have been so much to, like, what the, I guess, to like what these things really are. Because I don't know, like just to say that there's being like they're aliens, it's I don't know, I just don't like that idea. Like it could have been, you know, like a sport. You know how like I mean I see it like insects, but they say like there's a parasitic. Oh, you know what? We should have done the grave and gone around. Oh yeah. There's like a parasitic fungus that will attach itself to bugs. And I seen that with ants, it actually, that's why they call them like zombie ants, because it actually forces them to basically just kill themselves. And then they'll infect other ants in the hive, and then the fungus keeps growing. So it's really weird. Imagine if that, you know how we eat mushrooms, right? We get it on our pizzas, and I don't know what else you eat mushrooms on. Sometimes I see a couple times on a burger. Or you could get it with like a steak or something. But I was gonna say, imagine that's like how mushrooms just works. Like it grows on like insects, and it like this kills them, eats their bodies, and then it's just like, all right, well, we're ready to be eaten, humans. Like that would be interesting, because I hate, for the most part, bugs. Like I'm kind of okay with spiders. For the most part, I've been pretty cool with spiders. Right? But I think I'd probably find it pretty bad. But other than that, I mean, is there a lot of like is those pigs like if for some reason somebody who is like a big Bloodborne fan and has done all the research, can you explain like what they're explaining these pigs? Because I've never done this. I recall this is the word. Yeah. Yeah, like, go through here and then you understand. Yeah, put it right way. You can hear noises. You hear like a little whoop, whoop, whoop. It's that thing. They're calling that an alien, okay? Like, I'm just gonna keep it to the right of the screen. As you can see, he's got, like, multiple fingers. That was pretty easy to kill, right? But there's, like, no explanation or even a reason, like, how it's an alien. Like, there was another one. Because from what I can tell, they do the same things as other characters that we've already come across. Like, see, that one's doing magic. Like, there's other characters in this game that do magic. Do they do that one? Maybe not. But you've seen other characters do magic. So it's not... If anything, I mean, and then look, they go back to normal, so. I feel like that's what this should just be. Because I swear, when you discover, like, you see these things, right? Like, we're in a, what do you call it? We're in a forest. Or woods, like, same thing. We must have took a wrong turn somewhere. I could have sworn it was like you go this way and then there was a ladder here, but I guess I'm wrong. Maybe it's a different area, because like this is just we're just finding stuff. Watch. I feel like if I do I watch a video right now of like how to get there, they're gonna be like, oh, you needed to turn here instead of over there, because it looks so familiar. Like this is where we needed to go. Like, for some reason, I remember this spot right here. Our insight's very high. Is there, what's the name of this thing? Celestial Emissary. I think I believe that's the name of it. Whoops, I got out of YouTube to go back to YouTube. Oop. Alright, I'm just gonna make this brighter. So this guy what? No, that's not what I'm looking for. Which one is it then? How? I swear, I remember us. Because I thought this guy was doing something and then he was gonna get it. Oh, man. Okay, but then I'm really confused now. What? Okay, that's random. Sorry, we took like a pause there. Um, my buddy, World of J over here, he's telling me, I can't even, I think I spelled umbilical cord wrong. But he's telling me that he was on the bus and they were at a red light or something. They stopped the bus and because he's taking the bus home, and everybody's calling that the true, I think. I really don't even care about that, but I just want to see where it's at. I don't care about killing the moon presence. It doesn't even... We will go eventually to the abandoned workshop at some point. I don't know when, but we eventually will go there. Really, I gotta... Okay, let me do it this way. I'm just gonna copy and paste this name. Okay. So I feel like we turned wrong somewhere. Yeah, see, this guy's like running through poison. And then he finds a ladder. Okay, so where did he go? Oh, I think he went left of the town. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Do I have those papers? Nope, I sold them if I remembered. I just remembered. I think the worst thing about being sick, right? I'm still gonna say I'm sick even though like it's going away. is that like in your throat, you feel everything there. Like you feel like that mucus, that soreness. Like it's so nasty. Oh, we actually found. So this is not the one that I wanted, but it's there. Oh, in fact, you can actually go this way now. This is what I... right? Or is the village before this? Yeah, it's gotta be before this. Hopefully they have some shards. Oh, I mean, I'll take blood vials too. I mean, that's a necessary thing. I was gonna say, I hope that they have. Uh-oh. Like, why did I not say? Like that one had some stone. Beast blood pellet. I still have yet to figure out what that does when you get it to when you get like this beast meter thing. I've never seen what happens when it like maxes out. I've just never seen it. There's nothing in these. But there's a guy over there. I feel like these guys do so much damage for some reason. You had nothing. You had one blood vial, so you guess it's fine. Okay. I don't know if you guys noticed, but our health is now, I think it's full. Yep. Because, wait, can I also see it from here? Yes. Okay, so you can see it on the top right. It says, Corel? I don't know. Rune effects. And the one in the middle of it is V attacks restore 200 HP. Which is awesome. Now, if they have another one that restores like 500 or something, I'm gonna go for it. This one restores, the one that I have restores 200, and it's only when you stun or parry the enemies. And that's the only way to get the 200 health. Okay, so this is the town I was talking about. I think the guy went this way. And went through that gate. We don't even have ammo. Keep going left. Like if we were going this little say, what sucks is, we did not focus on anybody. Like, there's a woman there's actually two women that do this. I think one makes you do more damage and one heals you. I'm out 12,000 echoes. It's fine, it's fine. There's two women in the game if I remember. We can't get either of them at this point because it's way too late in the game. There's two that you get. Actually, I think they both heal you. But they have different effect. Like, one heals less, but it gives you, like, a damage boost. But the other one, like, heals you all right, like, completely through. Something like that. We have no antidote. I gotta be able to sell something. This is used to gain a blood gem. Okay. There's gotta be something I can sell. Like, I don't need these pellets. And I don't need... Oh, why'd I sell it? I should have kept that. Because it says it's supposed to make you undetected. Basically, easier to sneak around. And then we'll buy... Jesus, 2,300? Like, I'm better off just buying more blood vials. It's insane. Alright, Forbidden Woods. God is never found commonly by my side. But yeah, he goes to the left side of the gate. Oh, just to go to the right. Okay. And then here, did he go right like I was doing? Or was there a path? Because he goes left. Oh, there's actually a path over there. Okay. A lot of random lefts. I still don't even remember how to open this door. There's a guy in there who, like, has this group or something. And I don't even remember how to get to it. And I think they say if you kill him, you get, like, his armor or something. I don't remember. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really happy that, like, they make it where the enemies have boundaries. Because imagine if you keep running this way and they just don't stop. Where did all my blood echoes go? We go this way. Yeah, I like the little detail. Definitely not this way. gemstones. I saw it. Oh, that's a snake? Oh, I thought these were like... let me get that out. Found our way out, and we got some gemstones. So the gemstones are going to be added into whatever weapon we decide. There's a possibility that we missed out on the DLC section. Apparently, I don't know if that's true. They said, and I don't think it is true. To be completely honest, I think you don't have to. But I mean, if I'm wrong, you guys can always be like, "Hey, Neo, you're wrong. You do have to do this or that." Because there's an optional area. I mean, I don't even know how anybody. I had to watch a YouTube video, and I didn't even know until the video that this thing even existed. Wow, that the sky actually looks nice. Like, take away that moon and its little light and stuff, the sky itself looks fantastic. So I forgot how this works. Because this is like a full circle. Okay, yeah, this is the way. You go this way. You can kill this thing. Curious actually, so did that heal me 200 from where I was, or they recovered everything and then the 200? I didn't observe. I mean, I give it props. I mean, at least that's one thing that Bloodborne has. You somehow you kind of get about it by just attacking. But that's it. No, I'm joking. It's a fun game. I'm not gonna hate. I'm not trying to. It's just I like Dark Souls. There's certain enemies are dealt with better, or at least differently. So that's why I feel like that's what requires you to do, like putting your weapon like this instead of having it like this. The birds, you always, I feel like you have to use these. Very simplistic. I think we were supposed to go right, but I went left. Now, I think this is the entrance. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. I've been wrong sometimes. Wait, no, this isn't to the side. So because we haven't come across her, I don't know if she actually is here or not. I would assume so. Oh! I forgot to mention this. Well... Oh, yep. There she is.
God, I'm nauseous. Have you felt this? It's progressing. I can see things.
I think you can kill her, but regardless, it gives it to you.
I knew it. I'm different. I'm no beast. Oh, God, it feels awful. But it proves that I'm chosen.
I don't remember this dialogue coming from her.
You see how they writhe inside my head. It's rather rapturous.
Oh, but I remember that.
God, I know it's I need. Oh, it's.
We're gonna take that umbilical cord. So what ends up happening Well, first of all, she would kill you, go after you, and I don't know if you come early, she'll go after you. But when you reach this point where you beat Rom the Spider, he's kind of like the in terms of the game, he's kind of the way to let you know that you're halfway there, because that's what changes everything. Once you beat Rom the Spider, then that's when I guess the old queen or whatever her face is shows up, and then she's just like kind of there. um, I don't know. It's a whole mess about like humans with monster blood, and then the monster blood turns them into monsters, and then they procreate monsters and stuff. It's weird. Um, but the thing is, what I was trying to bring up is um, the umbilical cords I've seen only come from like the divine, the ones who are, um, you know, great in terms, like, let's say for example, we'll use Legend of Zelda. Let's say like Ganondorf, or maybe even just in Breath of the Wild, those 4 divine beasts. And then Ganondorf could be like the moon presence. Um, those 4 divine beasts from Breath of the Wild are basically like the great ones. And by beating them, you basically open up, or you've killed, I guess, the best of the best. Why is this cool? Communion. Yeah, I already have that one. But yeah, it's just kind of glowing there. Maybe it's supposed to be like light coming from the window or something. I don't know. There's only one here. Okay. It's a dead body of one of these, I'm gonna call it like a mutant. Okay. And this is the reason why I'm saying these are not aliens. People are saying, oh, they're aliens. They're not aliens, okay? The reason why I say they're not aliens is because what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to bring a survivor here. But this is actually a place where it's not safe. But you would bring survivors here. And when you bring survivors here, you can't interact with them, you can't do anything with them. So once you finally find this little like path in the back, and you're like, oh snap, I can finally interact with survivors and stuff, you'll see that they turn into that. And see, as you can tell, there's only one. Every survivor you bring, Kanehurst summons. That's why. Like, he wasn't even hostile. See? Yosefka's blood vial. That's how you know that this one is actually, or was, Yosefka. The real one. Now, what is the second one? I'm not sure. It could be, some type of, copycat in the game. It could be one of those things on the floor that somehow adapted. But the reason, again, like I'm saying, like, I don't understand how these could be aliens. People keep saying alien, alien. At this point, even when I hear them just say aliens, I just kind of go like, yeah, they're aliens. The reason, again, like I say, like, I don't know, is because how come they're being made off of, you know, like, another person, another, like, human being? Unless these themselves are a type of beast that comes from, like, a great beast or a divine beast. Like, look at it. And I think there is a giant one of these also. I don't think it gives you an umbilical cord. Because there's supposed to be 4 different ways of getting an umbilical cord, in case you missed the hidden, oh my goodness, in case you missed the hidden spot, the oh my goodness, the, what's its face, here we go. So it says here, this is, I'm just gonna read it off. It says you can get the second if you talk to Ariana early on and send her off to the chapel. You'll find her in the Cathedral Ward section of the game. Yes, you have to send her to the Cathedral Ward. So Ariana is the one that I was talking about, the one who gives you blood and it will heal you and stuff. The thing is, if you do find the other female, she's like some type of nun. I don't know what exactly she is, but she's more of like on the religious side, and she becomes jealous seeing. It's supposed to be that she becomes jealous. Like, it doesn't matter. I don't know if it's a certain amount you have to take or what. But if you keep taking mostly Ariana's blood, which is, I think, in my, it is better in terms of the healing. The other one becomes jealous and kills her, and then I think she tries to kill you afterwards. Like, she'll be like, haha, I had to do what I had to do. Like, she goes crazy from jealousy, which is... But, that's what I honestly think. Like, I don't think you can say those are aliens. Like, you could maybe say they look like aliens or something, just because they glow and they have that, like, rubbery look. They look like squid heads and such. But are they actually aliens? I don't think so. Because I mean, unless you want to say, like, oh, it's a parasite from space or something. There's nothing there to really be like, yeah, they're aliens, you know? I don't know. I can never do that. That's my theory. There's no way that these things can be aliens. I'm gonna be stuck on it. Watch, for the rest of my days. I'm gonna be stuck on the fact that these things are not aliens, or some type of parasite. Because they seem to be made.
Very well.
Dang, we're short by a couple. I'm gonna use the cold. Oh, I can't. Let me back it up, and maybe I can do it here. Oh yeah, that's weird. And I'm still short. I mean, this game does have things going for it, though. I mean, like, I like the idea, like, you can come here, and you can, like, use certain things. Like, for example, you can boost stamina or HP by a certain amount, instead of having to wear, let's say, like, a certain armor. To do it. Like this one, like, I can hold up to 3 vials now. Of course, if you do like Dark Souls, you can just upgrade and let you hold more. But it's different. And this would be equivalent, actually, now that I'm thinking of it, to rings in Dark Souls series. In Dark Souls, you would put on rings, and in like this one, it says more blood echoes from V attacks. There's a ring in Dark Souls that you put on, and you can get more souls from just beating enemies. So this is basically the equivalent of that. Like this one right here, like what I just said, it says more echoes from slain enemies. The other one would be more, and of course that means you could just kill them. The other one, you need to do a V attack, which is, again, where you kind of stun them and such. So this one is just to see if there's any other one. There's nothing here to, I think, helpful. I mean, this one I just put because I wanted more items. I was hoping we'd get more blood vials, and I don't know if that's really helpful. And then there's nothing for oath in general. Like that weapon right there, well, these are more just the blades, but the one on the far right, that's like a scythe, I love that weapon. You only get it for being the first hunter. Oh, this one needs regular blood, this one needs twins. Okay, easy. I have exactly 3 chunks. Do I want to upgrade this? Let's wait a little bit, maybe we don't need to. Oh, look at that, see? Oh, you know what I just realized? This only makes it fire. How does that work? Does it make it, like, have any effects? Nah. What's this? Oh, it just says versus beast, it goes up. maybe beast would be good. Thrust, blunt, physical. Oh wait, we gotta take this off. Okay. Oh, but this one makes it go for 7. See, I would love this, man. Like, being able just to do more damage, but your health needs to be up all the time. These are just elementals. I don't think they're perfect, but they're there. I mean, this one I can only have one, and it's not much. Like how these are just the same. Blunt. It does have a blunt attack. You have to do hammer form. Hammer form will be. See, that's the thing. We need. What do we need against upgrade this? Fortified. We need bloodstone shards. I don't think that's even anything you could buy. Now, I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, see, like I only have ritual blood, and there's like nothing in the others. I was gonna say, I think that's pretty cool that at least in here, you're pretty much are able to go and buy what you need for the most part. Of course, 2 different ways. Either you use insight, which you collect by, I think it's you have to defeat enemies, or no, you collect it by finding them on the floor. When you come across certain things, like when we went to Yusefka's clinic, when you discover a boss, when you beat a boss, I believe that's another one. Things like that. Oh look, see, Bloodstone Shard. Like if I use 5, it's gonna take away 5 instants. And you can see for some reason it made my beast thing go up. See, now this is a much better weapon now. Now, right now, the Kirk Hammer, even though it's only 4, is doing much better than this. Now we can find an upgrade. I want this one. Whoa, this one has physical up. So then I don't. Who's scratching my door? Alright, well that was weird. My dog just decided, hey, I'm just gonna go in and do what I want. I'm joking. See, this is hard. I don't know what stats I want to have. Because if I do... This is what I'm saying. I want to do like this one, just because I know for a fact I would use the hammer way more than I would its hammer form than I would in its regular sword form. So these in general, you know. Then this one is just against beasts. So I think we're actually just better off keeping a 1.1 with 1 HP recovery. I mean, 60 seems pretty fair all around. I don't want to change that. So we'll keep it the way that it is. But this one, I really wish that I can just add a fire effect and all that. Because certain enemies are according to what I say. Oh wait. Oh. Okay, so it still keeps its base attack, which is 144. And then its add-on, which is those numbers on the right side, it only adds an additional 14 due to the fire. And this one would add a 26, which is a little weird that fire's less than this, but whatever. Maybe it had something to do with the numbers. I saw like one was 3 and the other was 4. I can't upgrade, can I? Or level up something? No, it needs to be at 10.
Welcome.
I already know. We only can level up like one
Very
time
well.
with what we have. Do I want it in stamina? If I do it in stamina, or actually poison resistance and rapid. Rapid poison is a thing? I don't even know what's the difference. Oof. I realize our discovery never goes up. I think I'm gonna put it in strength. I feel like I should have put it in vitality.
Farewell, good hunter.
Let's go back to Central Yard. Where is my pen? This is a pen, and that's the other pen. I'll use this pen because it's different from what I was using to write with. So we've already extended our hour, or not extended hour. Does it? No, extended means to make longer and things like that. And then look who wants to go out of the room. Oh wow. I thought it gives you something else. Or maybe I'm remembering it wrong. But in here, a guy's supposed to be like sick or whatever. And you would talk to him and then you would come back to get a flamethrower. He gives you that weapon for coming back so often. Or at least after every boss or something like that. And then eventually he turns into this. He gave us a room. Now, I haven't explored everything, I'm not gonna lie. And I want to know what happens. Like, did she die or anything, or is she still there? Because I remember... somebody did a video saying that you can do something with the little girl who's asking about her parents. Like, you can try sending her off. Like, I think regardless she dies. Or something like that. I can't 100% remember, but I swear it was like, if you tell her something, she'll try to go to the chapel. But I think she gets lost in these sewers, and then you find the pig again. Or I don't think it goes away, it just stays spawning every time. But you find the pig, and so you fight the pig or whatever, and it's supposed to be like... Oh, here, are we supposed to go up there? I don't think we're supposed to go up there. Are we? Oh, yeah, we go up here. Madman's knowledge. I'm just remembering. Like, this is not the one, or this is the spot to the girl. I should have sneaked up. See, like that's relaxing. Those videos where it's where you feel so calm and relaxed and at ease. That's what this was. Ooh, yeah, she's not there anymore. That's where you're supposed to get an item to beat the first boss. Because it's the daughter of the boss. Like, the first one you fight is a hunter. And that specific hunter is turning into a beast. So when you, like, come across him, he's kind of, like, doing some shady stuff, and they turn into a beast. I think if we go this... If we go this way... Or is this just a dead end? Really? I feel like my memory is betraying me. I could use no stand. Maybe we go through this. I can't remember what's on the other side of this. This is where the old lady's at, but she's alive? Oh, no, the light's on, but she's not there. You're supposed to come this way. I went the wrong way. I think if we keep going this way, the bridge. Like, this way is the bridge, so we kind of went this in reverse. And yes, I am killing them before they get out of the cage. Yeah, we went at this reverse, because you're supposed to go on the bridge, and then there's a path that takes you this way.
This is a damn...
Yeah, see, like right here. Okay. I'm surprised that we did this. Like, it's kind of in our memory, and we're getting there, but not everything is there. Like, I missed so many shortcuts when playing this yesterday. What do you know, my bro's ready? Like, hey, you wanna play Bloodborne? I'm gonna go back to the Hunter's Dream. I'm probably gonna talk a bit about it. And I feel bad, just realized, because we have somebody in the comments almost 20 minutes ago said hello, so I feel bad that I didn't see it. So for some reason, Dante 540, if you come back and just sorry about that, because I got too invested into talking about, like, my theory. Like, I don't think they're really aliens. I feel like it's someone who maybe themselves is infected, because we saw that that person has an umbilical cord, which again only like the strongest monsters have. And I think, again, before she, like, if you kill her before she gets to that point, she actually becomes one of those monsters also. So I believe it has to be somebody who is using magic or did something to look exactly like Yusufka, pretend to be her, and then is making their own kind of like army of these infected people, this parasite, a mold, it's something. I feel like this is a parasite because in terms of how everybody else looks, it's very different, right? Each kind of looks like their own monsters and stuff, but when you go to the Yusufka's clinic and you see all that, it's kind of like something is being made here. It just doesn't look like aliens. Just saying. So, that's just my theory. This is like some type of parasite that like takes over the bodies or something, and bada boom. Next, I want to go over. You're gonna get a blue screen. Okay, so don't worry about it. Whoops. I want to go over which bosses I've already beaten and how many more we need to go through. So we have exactly 1 gigabyte worth of content on here. So I'm trying to get through which ones we've already beaten. So the first one here, we have Cleric Beast. Then we have Father Gascoigne. Then we finally partnered up and we beat it. I said beated. No, same thing, right? Bloodstarved Beast. I'm, like, marking these also. I have a piece of paper here where I wrote all the names. Then we did the Witches. Then we did Vicar Amelia. Which led into the Shadows of Yharnam. And we have 2 left. We didn't really beat that many, and plus there's not that many in terms of how all of them. Ram the Spider. And this one that we beat was the Dark Beast. Yeah, Dark Beast Peril right here. Okay. So this is how I'm seeing it. We only have 3 in terms of mandatory bosses. We have only 3 left. 1 Reborn, Mikolash, and Murgo. Those aren't going to be too interesting in terms of that being up on the Zaben project. It's gonna be fairly simple. Nothing exciting. At least I feel like it's not gonna be much. It's quick in a sense, only being 7 bosses. Our Dark Souls, if anything, was like a half-hour long. Even if it wasn't, like, let's say it wasn't that many bosses, it was like a half-hour long. This one, I'm noticing the times are about like 1 to 3 minutes each. So it's not too long, so this would actually be a pretty quick one. Now, in terms of optional bosses, though, we actually have quite a bit to go through. We still have Amygdala or Amygdala. Amygdala sounds right to me. It's something like, it's the same name as like a thing in your brain. We didn't do that one. There's the Celestial Emissary, which we haven't done either. Then there's Embretus, the Daughter of the Cosmos. Which one's that one? Is that the one that I'm thinking about? Which is like the giant one that everybody's saying is the alien? And then I'm gonna put Bloodborne. Because I think this one I remember fairly well. Hold on. Just want to look. And of course, the ads. We gotta wait for ads. So that one, I mean, if this is the one that literally it has nothing to do with the main story in any way, we won't be targeting this boss. It looks like it might be, but I'm not 100% sure. It looks like one. I feel like we fought this one before, but I could be very, very wrong. This person did get a trophy and the chalice of Isel? Hold on, now I gotta look through the I gotta look through my trophies now. Child again. Wait, what was the name of the trophy? I already forgot. One for is a chalice, and then the other one is, well, the name of the person. So, the one, Hikamer, Cleric Blood with Dark Amygdala. Oh, you know what I realized? It says the names right here of all the bosses. I just realized that. We would just have to arrange them in order. Because you got Father Gascoigne, Vicar Emilius, Shadow of Yharnam, Ram Spider, One Reward, Mikolash, Margot's Wet Nurse. It's like in order. And then Cleric Beast, Star Beast, that, Witches, Dark Beast, Amygdala. Like, they're in order. So I'm actually pretty surprised. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, so Celestial Emissary is the one. Okay, so I'm... whatever. Okay, wow. Okay. Wait, so then how many is there really in terms of getting the trophies then? The one we were making that Mega Weather. Okay, so Cleric Beast, Bloodstar Beast, the Witches, Dark, East Peril. So then it would be Amygdala. This guy who I don't even know who he is. Martyr Logarius? Oh, I know him. He's the guy that's on the top of the building, right? 7 and 8. Actually just realized, is that not on here? I hate that you guys can't see what I see. Yeah, okay. See, that's disappointing. I want it to be able where you guys can see what we see, but we don't have capture cards and all that fancy gizmos to get to it. I mean, I would hope that we could find one that works with at least the actually decent working laptop that we have and operate that for you guys. So I do have 2 extra names on our optional boss list, just because I'm actually genuinely surprised that it's not even a trophy in the actual game itself, which is Gurnam, or Gurman, the first hunter, right? If you decide to not wake up from this dream world and you decide to stay and you want to fight and do all that, then you do have to fight him. He's an optional boss. Of course, you could always just put, like, yeah, just end the game, bada boom, you don't have to fight him. But you do have to fight him if you consume an umbilical cord, you deny it, or you consume all 3 or 4, and you want to get the I guess, alternate ending, or real ending, as everybody's been saying. So how many bosses is there then? So we are at 7, 8, so 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is actually kind of surprising. That means there is more optional bosses. Not by much. There's only 3 more. But that means that there is literally more optional bosses than there is mandatory bosses. If you're someone who and you can do this, you can play through the game without even having to come across any of these optional bosses. You don't need to fight almost all of them in order to even progress through the story. Again, the only ones you do need to fight to progress and get through is Father Gascoigne in order to get to Yharnam, the Shadows of Yharnam in order to even get to whatever the other place is called. Vicar of Amelia's, well, she's the one that you have to beat in order to even get to the forest that even leads to the Shadows of Yharnam. It leads to this building, like a study or something. There's a guy there. He seems kind of normal, but then you kill him anyway, just because it's funny. But yeah, there's a guy there. He's just sitting on the roof. He's kind of on a rocking chair or whatnot. He's not the boss. But that's how you know that you're close to the boss. Once you fight Rom the Spider, underneath the lake or whatever, you light the lamp, and then you go to another area. I think it actually sends you to that area, a new area, where it's is it still Old Yarnum or something? I don't remember the names anymore. But you go to another area, and then that's basically what most. I just realized that's what most of these bosses are, in a sense. I mean, that's what makes a mandatory boss mandatory in order to even progress through more and more of the game itself. You have to beat that boss, unless if not, you can't progress more. Which encourages, I guess, farming, which I wanted us to focus on in this one, but really didn't. So yeah, so that's like the one reborn in order to get to the library, the study. I don't even know what it's called, but that's where Mikolash is at, and he's running around doing his magic and stuff. And then you got finally Murgo's wet nurse. Which is just, I guess, I don't really know. Some people are saying that it's someone who takes care of a baby, but then some people are saying that it is the baby that you kill. So I don't know. I don't care to know. But we're genuinely, again, not that far off. I'm gonna start putting little check marks next to the names that we already got videos of. Which is not much. Let me add that back. So if you guys are interested in seeing those, you guys can, go ahead, leave a comment. Tell me if you're excited to see how fast we beat them or not. And I do say we, because some of these I am partnered up with PB Joey on. And if it actually goes well, we'll actually focus on doing the chalices or the dungeons. In those, we can focus on basically those optional bosses that we missed. In the main ones. Again, I'm separating, in terms of Bloodborne, I'm separating main boss battles, optional boss battles, these optional are only the ones that, when you're playing the game, you can get to. And then the other one, or the last, which is also going to be kind of like the last trophy also, which is such a pain, is beating Chalice Dungeon bosses. There's some in there are basically the same, Amygdala, and I think is the Dark Beast in there? I don't think Dark Beast might be in there, but there might be more. I only remember Amygdala. Oh, and Rom the Spider, who's a main boss in the game, is actually an optional boss in the dungeon. So I don't know if it's actually Rom the Spider. I think it is like another Rom the Spider on there, but that, again, like, we might, maybe not, since it is a main boss, we might not add it in there. But basically, I don't want to reuse bosses that we've already come across. Like, if we use Amygdala for optional bosses, I don't want to have to go through the same kind of boss fight, since it'll be the same exact thing, only you're in a dungeon. So that way, we get to every boss that's in the game without repeating ourselves, and making sure, everybody sees and go, oh, okay. Because overall, by the end of the day, when you're fighting the same boss just in a different area, it's usually the same tactics. You might need to change it up a bit, but that's it. For example, I think Amygdala jumps around, but in the dungeons, I don't think she, like, jumps ever. Or very much, and it's not that hard. If anything, it probably makes it a lot easier just to keep doing attacks on her. But yeah, I mean, this is just what I have planned out right now. Of course, you can always join our Discord, and you can leave your opinions there. I would love to hear what everybody has to say. Soon, I don't know when, but we will probably, I don't know, maybe I'll ask somebody, like, hey, you want to buy me this gift for my birthday, even though it already passed? we'll get well, I want to get the VR game Paranormal Activity. Okay, it's also a non VR game, but I feel like if you want to be very authentic with reactions and having fun with it, we should do it in VR. So I think that'd be something awesome. Again, like if that's something you guys want to, leave a comment, or if you want to talk a bit about it, maybe you have experience with the game yourself, or just overall a VR experience, you guys can go ahead and join our Discord. Link for that will be down below. Other than that, there's not really much else for us to say. We'll, again, like I said, be working on doing the boss battle fights for videos, because that would be pretty dope. Just like how we did with the Dark Souls, minus the stability, because again, I have no clue why I added that, and it just ruins the whole video for main bosses. I think optional bosses I didn't do that, but it had a weird frame around it. I don't know. Anyway, so thank you for watching, if you actually did watch. I know we really didn't do too much, and I said we were gonna farm, but we ended up fighting a boss and talking about aliens, and if they're not really aliens. So yeah, so with that kind of being said, thank you for watching. If you actually did, please hit a like if you actually do enjoy, I don't know, maybe theories or something that I was doing, because I have lots of theories. You can play through a game and I'd be like, this lady over here, she ain't human. Well, obviously she's not a human, she's a doll, but there's a lot of theories out there that we usually have, and I say we because I would like to involve people maybe like the World of Jay or maybe Smooth Blue to be involved. I mean, I don't know if she wants to go by Pinkie Pie or Pinky Piggy, something like that. There's like 3 names. They're all starting with P's. So I don't know. I always went with Smooth Blue. I'm gonna stick with Smooth Blue. But she comes up with some good stuff also. I feel like it's a good talk when she's around, because she actually involves like certain views and ideas that we sometimes might overlook or never really think of it. So I don't know. I mean, that's just me throwing it out there. If you guys want to see some some audio, or see some audio, if you guys just want to hear us talk, I mean, I don't know what we would play. Maybe you guys want me to put like some Mario Brothers on the screen, and it's just like, yeah, Mario Brothers gameplay, and it's just us talking over it. I don't know. Podcast style maybe, where it's just a picture and then we're talking. Again, if that's something you guys would like, comment or join the Discord, and you can talk to us there, and you can help us out by telling us like, hey, maybe do it like this and this, and get us kind of off of our feed and get us going somewhere. That actually could be its own channel now I'm thinking of it. Okay, no, I'm getting too much into that. Don't forget to go ahead and also subscribe to the other channel, The Zaben Project. I love putting up edited videos up there for you guys. Either it be little things that I thought was pretty funny at the time, with edits, of course, because without it, I mean, I don't know how that would be. So a little bit of edits on some videos. If you guys like Fortnite, we have plenty of Fortnite on there. Doing from our victory royales to, of course, the little funny joke / meme stuff that we have going on. We have, what do we have on there? We have one behind the scenes video where it's basically just us playing the game and running into like goofy moments, or moments where the game's bugged out. Things like that, really, that I want to show you guys, like our own experiences. Heck, sometimes it's just us getting an awesome kill, sometimes it's us just dying horribly. If that sounds like it's your thing, maybe we'll do some more behind the scenes stuff. But yeah, we have a bunch of things on there. I mean, I went from doing tutorials into doing those, so if you guys maybe want to see more tutorials on things, for example, we're playing Bloodborne right now. Maybe you guys are like, well, how do I get this specific item, or how, like, different things like that, like, what do I need to do to get this thing? Sometimes it's just beating these side bosses, like for example, like to get all the electric paper and electric weapons that was available, you had to beat the Dark Beast. I don't even know what beating Cleric Beast does. I think it gives you like a new weapon or something. I don't know. But for the most part, it's just, hey, play through the game, beat these optional bosses, and unlock new things. Oh, and since DLC is in this game, I don't think there's that many bosses in DLC. I think there's only like 3. that will be also its own video. So it's kind of weird that everything's like its own separate video. But the reason why I'm doing that is because I don't want to mix certain content like DLC into the main game. For example, if you're somebody who's playing, you don't have DLC, then you're gonna be like, why? How is this guy doing this? How is he doing that? Where is this area? What's this weapon? Things like that. So I don't mind showing, like, if we played through some of these like dungeons and stuff and we're using DLC weapons, but I just don't want anybody to be confused as to why certain things are there, why certain things are not, and etc. Because DLC, in terms of those bosses, technically they can all be optional, but then you also have, like, okay, well, if you want to beat it, these are the mandatory ones, and it's its own little thing. It's a mess. Okay. So we're kind of ranting on. We're gonna wrap it there. So again, just to remind you, we have the other channel, the Zaven Project. It needs some love. We only have 25 subscribers on there, but yet we have 50 here. Explain that to me. How did we double on here from what we have on the other one? Think about it. I'm thinking about it. I think you guys don't love me. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Subscribe to that one. Subscribe to this one, of course. Like anything that you want me to keep working on. And I'm just saying this now. If you're watching this video and you haven't seen any of our previous ones, I'm gonna go blue screen here. If you've seen this one and you haven't seen any of our previous streams, we do play quite a bit of Fortnite. Okay, Fortnite Save the World. Reasoning, because we actually do get quite a bit of views on there. Okay, when we do our Fortnite Save the World videos, or even some of our Battle Royale content, some of you guys actually like that. Some of you guys actually keep coming back, and it's kind of the reason why we actually started up a Discord, which you guys should go ahead and check. It's a link down below. Yeah, but honestly, just with all of you, join it, come on. But that's what really started off our Discord, I believe. Seeing how people were coming in for Fortnite, and they were like, it saved the world. So it's not like the main free base game. Just the save the world portion, we have people coming back, and we meet some nice people who we can, pretty much be friends with. And it's awesome. I just love being able to talk with them every once in a while, see how they're doing, and they let me know what's new in the game, and they're always like, "Hey, did you know you can do a triple jump?" And I'm just like, "What?" I don't know. There's so many things to it, and shout out to good guy Ryan for making our name in Fortnite, because I would have never been able to do that on my own. Actually, I don't even know how to I don't even know how to do lettering, but I gotta give him a shout out there, because he spent most of that stream just building it, and we were talking pretty much that whole time, so it was pretty fun. I think we completed everything. There's nothing else to say. Even if there was, I'm pushing it. Let's get done here. Thank you for watching again. Hit that like, subscribe for the both channels. Join our Discord, and I'll see you guys next time, when I have no clue what we'll be playing. I just never know. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, we'll just keep playing Fortnite, but then I'm like, yeah, let's play something else today. So, excuse me. We'll see where that goes, because I have no clue where it's going. As always, stay healthy.